G'day legends, so I'm just following up on the news that has happened over the last 48 hours. By now, we all know about it. Rajah Jackson beat a man helplessly to within an inch of his life during a pro wrestling bout. We all know about this now, but today's video is actually about Chael Sonnen, and how Chael Sonnen has given widely one of the worst takes I've heard anyone give on this entire situation, and it seems to be even Chael Sonnen's small following that he has left is turning on him for this, because Chael Sonnen is carrying water. Chael Sonnen is defending the situation. Chael Sonnen is making excuses for Rajah for some reason. And I do believe it is because Rampage Jackson might have called Chael Sonnen and asked him to put any kind of spin on this that he can. I just have to believe that, because the only other thing that could be left here is that Chael Sonnen is just flat out a fucking idiot. Yeah, this video is obviously no longer going to be monetized, but there's no point sugarcoating any of this. Either he is doing a massive favor for Quentin Rampage Jackson, or Chael Sonnen just straight up is a fucking moron. We really haven't had a chance to talk about it, together as a channel. If you didn't make it onto last night's stream, by the time I could actually film the video, the entire workday had already passed me and the news cycle has moved on. But I gotta say, this is making me incredibly sad, this entire situation. It's just an awful, awful situation. Like, this streamer, Rampage's son, Rajah, has been invited backstage into this, not amateur, but, professional pro wrestling event, which is essentially a kids show. It's a live stage play, it's a drama, it's a circus, and they're seeing that he's a streamer and they're trying to involve him in it backstage by cracking a can of air over his head. They see that it annoys Rajah because Rajah doesn't know what's going on, so this bloke, Psycho Steve, apologizes to him, says, sorry, I thought you were part of the bit, and then out of the goodness of their heart, this company then turns to Rajah and says, hey, since you're here filming, since you have the camera set up and the stream is going, do you want to get involved in the show a little bit? Would be a little bit fun. Get in there, blast a double leg, and don't worry if you actually hurt him too much. He's a professional, he can handle it. Again, this is like a stage play, you know what I mean? It's like one of the actors saying to the other actors, there's going to be a slap in the scene. Feel free to just, put a slap on it. Don't make it look too fake. You can do a little bit of a slap. And Rajah sits there for half an hour stewing on it. We've all seen it now. Saying to his kick stream, they're going to have to pull me off this guy. And then unleashes 27 unanswered shots to an unconscious man's face. It's fucking disgusting and deplorable. And we're going to look at Chael Sonnen's take on it that he released hours later. He's had time to think about it, digest it, and this is what Chael has had to say about it. And I'm fucking shocked and appalled at Chael. And I really question not just Chael Sonnen's sanity, if he does 100% mean this, but if he doesn't, then it's his integrity. Why are you defending or making excuses for this Chael? And then the way that he describes this entire situation ending in a way that Rajah could avoid any sort of jail time or any charges pressed against him. It's fucking embarrassing, Chael. I'm embarrassed and let down. And the rest of Chael's community is as well. Let's get into it and listening to what Chael has to say.
Jackson, Rampage's son. Now, let me just start out with a disclosure to you all that I know this young man, and I like him a lot. I don't just know him to be level-headed and calm, I know him to be quite polite. Now, I want to preface that because I don't think that will interfere with my ability.
Straight away, Chael Sonnen goes, I like this young man and I like him to be level-headed and calm. Well, I mean, Rampage Jackson has talked about on his own podcast how he's had to put Rajah into a bloody chokehold to calm him down. So Rajah being level-headed and calm, maybe he is nice and polite to you on the couple of times that you have met him, Chael, but to his own father, I mean, Rampage has joked around about how he's already had to put away his son's bail money. But, so you like the kid. Well, that's all well and good. Just because you like someone doesn't mean that you should make a 12-minute video defending them about trying to kill a man that is just there trying to entertain an audience in his later years of life after being a war veteran or a veteran of the army, of the military.
I think that will interfere with my ability to tell you what happened here, but this is a wildly complicated situation. So,
this isn't a wildly complicated situation at all. This isn't. This is a 25-year-old man getting emotional about being embarrassed on the internet and then trying to kill somebody. It's not wildly complicated at all. It's a man that doesn't have emotion control and has tried to take it out on someone. Not complicated. But let's let Chael, continue to carry water for the criminal.
Let's start with what you saw. You saw Rajah get in the ring as part of a wrestling angle that was scripted and planned. You see Rajah come in with his wits about him, waits for the right moment, picks up a double leg. Rajah then turns him around so that when he brings him down, it's right at the center of the ring. Now, the landing is not great. And he looks as though he perhaps lost a level of consciousness right then. Rajah then follows up with the right hand, and he switches and follows up with the left hand. Now, these were hard shots. However, and again, I'm giving you my perspective. I watched this thing 20 times before I made this video to you guys. While they were very stiff shots, not what we would call a working shot, it did not appear that Rajah had lost his temper. It did not appear that these were being done out of anger. There was a couple of guys there, a referee, another wrestler, perhaps the boys step in. We'll never know. Because at this point, it appears that Rajah marked out for his own gimmick and really begins laying some shots in, but those shots are done out of anger.
Just by the way, this is what Chael is talking about here, right? Now, according to Chael, none of this is done out of anger. This is all part of it. And bear in mind that Raj has said to his live stream community, they're gonna have to pull me off this guy. Chael, I assume, knows this. Maybe I'm being too nice to Chael to assume that he knows this. Maybe Chael doesn't know this. But Raj said they're going to have to pull me off this guy. So, according to Chael, bit unlucky that he dropped Psycho Stew on his head like that. Little bit unlucky, but this is all part of the game plan here. He then, trained MMA fighter, mounts him, and sends this one into him, sends those two. Now, these ones, there's no rage here. Raj, he's a really nice guy. This is the face of a really nice kid who has absolutely no anger control, who has absolutely no rage problems at all, according to Chael, even though he knows the family well, apparently. He knows him well, and Rampage has had to put him in a choker hold before to calm him down. No rage here. This is no rage. And then through this motion of beating Stu up, he accidentally hypes himself up a little bit too much. Chael. Bro. Fuck, dude. No, Chael. Let's let Chael continue.
Versus action, right? The action is supposed to look like he's punching him. The action is supposed to look like he turns him to 180 and slams him down on the back of his head. So then, where you cross that already blurred line, right, which professional wrestling is already the blurred line, where you cross that is where Jackson actually gets angry. The rest of it, from a physicality and an appearance standpoint, is what you're supposed to do, and sometimes some shots get through. One of the most famous ones that you guys would have seen was Braun.
Sometimes some shots get through. But what, guys? Every now and then in professional wrestling, one or two is going to slip past the goalkeeper. That's kind of real. You know what I mean? I believe that's what they meant when they said to Raj, look, blast a double leg and then land a shot on him. Was like, it's okay if one of them lands a little bit hard. That's what they meant. Saying they're going to have to pull me off the guy and then doing this is not accidentally dropped him a little bit hard. Well, that one was a little bit too hard. That one was a little, these are a little bit, one or two are accidentally getting through. The jury aren't going to understand. This is all part of the work. This is a very complicated situation. Chael then goes on to explain, the preamble before the fight, right? Being like, listen, dude, you're here with your cameras. You can get one back at me. You can hit me. You can just hit me. Again, this is the pro wrestling company trying to do something nice for Rajah, whatever the fuck his name is, trying to do something nice for him, right? They cracked a can of empty air on his head filled with water vapor in it. Yeah, the sound of the can hitting Raj's head on the streams from yesterday, it's quite literally just an empty can with compressed air into it. And they're like, well, you're here now. Let's do something nice for the kid. But listen, don't stress out too much about trying to make it look, he just hit me once. It's fine. It is what it is. This is what Chael is saying.
I'll actually tell them, just hit me. Big Show did this with Floyd Mayweather. Builds this thing up, it's going to be at WrestleMania, and Floyd had no wrestling practice, and Big Show should just let it go. Floyd, hey, I don't really know how to control these shots. Do I do it with an open hand? Do I get close and I stop? Do I stop my foot down? Like, what do I do? And Big Show's like, you don't do any of those things. You just hit me. I can take the shot. And the only way we're going to sell this and make this look real for the audience is if it is real. And a number of wrestlers have told a number of non-wrestlers this very thing. So,
does make it look alright for the just make it look alright. Don't worry about hurting me too much. Does that equate to this? Is that? Do you really think, Chael, that this is what they fucking meant? This elbow, after the 10 unanswered shots, dropping this elbow into Psycho Stew's unconscious head is what Psycho Stew said by, don't try and make it look fake, make it look real. You can hit me once, that's okay. Do you really think, Chael, This is what Psycho Stu is fucking talking about. Why the fuck are you carrying water for this guy? Look at him fucking go nuts. Chael, man.
And it's gross. And it is an assault. It is outside of what was agreed upon in pro wrestling. And so many people have made this mistake in sport before. Think, well, it's up to the referee. Whatever the referee says, but it's all part of sport. Like there is a piece of human psychology that works like that, but you have a police department that is in possession of this information and has not done an arrest. Why?
This referee isn't a real referee, by the way. None of this is real. This is a circus. This is a show. The referee is pretending to be a referee. These guys are performers. This isn't a sanctioned fight, Chael, with an actual referee from the Athletic Commission, sanctioned by the government. Yeah? The government sanctions the commissions to have a referee in there. To be like, tape the corners. Blue corner, red corner. The fight time starts now in this division. And when the fight stops, the fight is over. Regular law presumes. This is a performance. The referee is not a real fucking referee, Chael. You fucking idiot. This next part might be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. It's Chael saying that the only way that Rajah can get in trouble is if Stu pushes charges. But Psycho Stu would never push charges because he's a professional wrestler. And it's all part of the Kayfabe. And he might lose his professional wrestling career if he presses charges.
They then stick to the character and say, no, the whole script is I let him spin me money, I come down, I act like I'm unconscious. All we did is follow the script. And Stu hasn't spoke yet. If Stu was to...
Because Stu is fucking unconscious, Chael. Because he's fucking unconscious, Chael. Stu hasn't spoken yet because he's in the IC fucking U, Chael.
Come out, it would effectively end his time in professional wrestling. Back in the territory days.
Bro, Stu might be a vegetable. I don't know the condition, right? At the time of this being recorded, I don't know the condition. But we do know that he's stable, that he's being monitored, that he's lost teeth. Who knows how much long-term damage Stu is going to take, but Chael is thinking that the worst thing that could come from this is Stu might lose his wrestling career if he speaks up because of this aggravated assault at which this young man said they're gonna have to pull me off him. And if no one pulled him off him, Stu would have died. But heaven forbid Stu lose his fucking wrestling career. It is... I'm honestly appalled that this is Chael's take. That it was all part of the play, that Stu should just let him off the hook, because heaven forbid that Psycho Stu isn't allowed to wrestle down at the regional circuit anymore. Chael Sonnen's audience is absolutely turned on him, by the way, which is not great for Chael, because quite frankly, Chael didn't have much of an audience left. Let's face the facts. A wide majority of the MMA community are sick of Chael Sonnen's fucking circular yapping about fucking nothing and just making things up just for clicks. Remember when Tom Aspinall was going to fight Cyril Gane for the defending interim title? Remember that, when Chael Sonnen was just letting you know that that was going to happen? People are sick of Chael. He's got a core audience left, and it has been nothing but him getting ripped to shreds in the comments. Tito Ortiz is officially past Chael Sonnen in IQ. Stephen Marsagatti would have stopped that. Didn't lose his temper. Gave an unconscious dude 22 haymakers. Damn, I have lost mad respect for Chael Sonnen here. I never thought I would call Chael Sonnen a sellout, yet here we are. You have to a completely different video than the rest of us. Come on, Chael, are you serious? Did you even watch the video? Stop doing damage control over this. Well, I don't understand why he is. Like, the entire comment section is just people ripping Chael Sonnen. Uncle Chael will defend literally anyone for anything if he knows them personally. This is such a Michael Bisping, like, I shook his hand. He's a great guy. It's the same way they all defend John Jones, even though John Jones will relentlessly beat the shit out of his wife, and heaven forbid there's a woman walking down the footpath while John Jones is in a car. Straight into them he goes. I do not understand how Chael can defend this. I don't get it. And his audience has completely turned on him. I don't think there is a single positive. This is the most dishonest take ever. Defending a man's actions is wild. None of these videos of Stu apologizing to Rajah twice, shaking hands. Yeah, Stu literally apologized for it. Uncle Chael used to be undefeated. He definitely lost this round. Wasn't wrestle. That was a slam. Wasn't even a wrestler slam. He wasn't expecting it to be extra hard. He literally threw his body into the slam. You could see him twist him into it. Rampage has definitely made a call. And if Rampage has made a call and Chael is defending him like this, Chael doesn't have any fucking integrity at all. Yeah, how, just because you know the kid, go out of your way to make this video? Look, I can understand Rampage. And even in Rampage's tweet that he put out there, Rampage was saying that he doesn't condone anything that his son did. But a father is going to give the legal aid response. Like, Rampage says, I don't condone anything that Rajah did, and then the rest of it is all legal mumbo jumbo where he's talking about the concussion that he had. Like, a father is going to go in for bat to his son to stop his son getting 15 years for attempted murder. Chael is just a loose friend, barely a friend, above an acquaintance, a couple of beers and a text message above an acquaintance. And Chael Sonnen has made a 12-minute video carrying water for an attempted fucking murder, live streamed on the internet, of a person who has invited you to do the show with them because he feels bad for embarrassing you in front of your stream by cracking a can of air onto your head. It's so horrible that you have been invited backstage to this circus. One of the clowns embarrassed you in front of your live stream, felt bad, shook hands, apologized, invited you to be part of the show, said, don't worry if you sting me a little bit, and you've tried to fucking kill him. And Chael is defending it. I can't say speechless because I've been ranting about it for 15 minutes, but it's shocking. It shocked me. It has properly shocked me and shaken me. The entire situation has. And anyone defending it is beyond bizarre to me. And Chael Sonnen has gone and shoved himself firmly in there. Either because he's a fucking idiot or he doesn't have integrity. And that's that. That's my take on Chael and my take on the Rajah situation, since we didn't have time to break it down together yesterday. There you go. That's that. Anyway, everyone have a very good day. Hope you all have a good one. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Dougie. I make an MMA video every single day of the week, and I go live all the time. It's usually way more lighthearted and fun than this, but this has actually really pissed me off. So let me know down there in the comments, what did you think of the video? Leave a like if you like the video. Top 10 best pickers on the channel. Your names are up on the next slide. All the buddy legends who support the channel every single day. Commenting, liking, subscribing, buying your own memberships, gifting memberships, all that good stuff. Your names are on the following slides as well. Have a very good day, everyone. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.